Now I request His Grace Satchitananda Das Prabhu to kindly start the third session of Shri Jagannath Rathhyatra Katha. Jai Jagannath.
Hare Krishna, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baldev, Jai Subhadra. My humble obeisances to all devotees, participants that are present in this 2020 Jagannath Rathyatra Katha celebration of the entire events of the Rahthyatra festival that happens during this whole month, almost a month. So let me first of all offer my obeisances to Srila Prabhupada, my eternal savior. Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine. My obeisances unto all the Vaishnavas. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uta Pada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha Namo Mahavadannaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishna Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratishay Namaha Kadachit Kalindi Tata Vipina Sangeeta Ravo Mudabhiri Nari Kamala Swad Madhupa Rama Shambhu Brahmar Ganesh Archita Pado Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatume. Hare Krishna and Jai Jagannath to all the devotees. So last time we went through the wonderful katha of the part of the entire Jagannath Rathiyatra, which is the famous Gundicha margin, the temple of Gundicha, the cleansing. And we also mentioned in last time's katha the importance of Gundicha cleansing, the cleaning of the Gundicha temple. Just to revise a little bit for all the devotees present, and perhaps for the new ones who may have joined. The Jagannath Puri temple is the representation of Sri Dwarka Dham. And Gundicha Mandir, which is about 3 kilometers away in a very straight line on Badodanda or the Grand Road, is the representation of Sri Vrindavan Dham, also known as Sundaranchal. Krishna or Lord Jagannath has made some excuses to come out of Dwarka, to come out of the Jagannath temple. Some excuses are external, and some excuses are very, very deep internal secrets. The external reason for Lord Jagannath coming out is by performing the pastimes or the Leela of sickness, where he inspires the devotees in Puri, his Sevites, his servants, to perform an amazing 6 to 8 hour Abhishek known as the Snan Yatra. And then he falls sick. And that excuse is to basically give exclusive chance for Lakshmi Devi to serve him during his Leela of sickness. The second external reason is that once he comes out of the sickness, he expresses an excuse to go out into the open air, to go to Vrindavan, to Sundarachal, to Gundicha for a few days for a change, which Lakshmi Devi agrees. And Lord Jagannath, along with his brother and sister Balbhadra and Subhadra Devi, they set out in their respective rathas or chariots. And in this excuse that he makes is the external excuse is he wants to give darshan to the millions and millions of devotees. Krishna is Karuna Sindhu, an ocean of mercy. Kripa Parabhavam. Lord Jagannath is also an ocean of mercy. And anybody who takes darshan is liberated. There are so many who cannot enter the temple due to some age-old ancient traditions. But Lord Jagannath, who is the Nath, the master, the owner of the entire creation, Jaga, he wants to give darshan for the benefit of all. And the third internal reason, third excuse, which is very internal, very personal, sort of a secret that was only revealed about 500 years ago with the advent of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who himself made Jagannath Puri Dham his home for the last 12 years of his Leela. And these are amazing truths, amazing secrets that have been revealed by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his followers. This will indeed change the perspective of how we participate or how we take darshan of Lord Jagannath. This will give us a very special position to receive a very special mercy of Lord Jagannath. Cleansing of the Gudiya Temple, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains, is my Lord Sri Krishna is coming home. He's coming to Vrindavan. And we need to make Gudiya, Vrindavan very, very clean. It is the Gudiya of Vrindavan is also represented by the heart of the devotee. The heart of the devotee must be very clean for the order, for the Lord to be comfortable. And one Vaishnava Acharya by the name Narottam Das Thakur, about 450 years ago in West Bengal, in rather East Bengal, which is today's Bangladesh, Kheturi Gram. He has so many wonderful poems and bhajans composed full of sublime bhakti. And in one of the bhajans, he's addressing the pure Vaishnava Acharya or the Sadguru in a bhajan known as Ei Bar Karuna Karo Vaishnav Gosai Patita Pavan Toma Bina Keho Nahi. In that bhajan, he says, Tomara Hridaye Sada Govinda Vishram, Govinda Koena Vaishnava Mama Pran. He says, in your heart, O Vaishnava, O pure Vaishnava, Govind, Krishna, Jagannath, Sada Vishram is always very comfortable. So one may ask this question, that Govind as Paramatma is present in everybody's heart, from the ant to all animals in the 8,400,000 species of life, in the hearts of the demigods, Devi Devtas. He's present in everybody's heart. But it is not necessary that he's at Vishram. He's comfortably situated. Sometimes the jivas, they conduct themselves in a very, very inappropriate way. But because Govind has promised to remain in their hearts, he has said in the Bhagavad Gita that I am Sarva Surut Sarva Bhutanam. I am indeed the well-wisher of all, and he is our unalloyed companion in no matter what kind of karmic birth we take. But it is not necessary that he is at ease. But in the heart of a pure Vaishnava, Govinda Sada, always, Krishna, Vishram, he is always in great comfort, in great pleasure. So, Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, wanted all the devotees to participate, his associates, clean the Gundicha Mandir. Previously, up to 500 years ago, or prior to that, the Rahthyatra was always there. Since time immemorial, we cannot even put a time, we explained that. And the different kings of Puri, their servants used to cleanse the Gundicha temple because Lord Krishna or Jagannath had promised Gundicha Ma, Queen Gundicha, the queen of Raja Indrajumna, when they said that give us a benediction, we don't want any children, because we don't want that our children fight over property or over this great temple of yours, which will become very famous. We know that. So it is better not to have children. But Mother Gundicha said, but promise me, Jagannath or Neel Madhav, that once a year you will come see me in my home. And you will be my son. And Lord Jagannath, being Bhakta Vatsal, he immediately agrees and grants that benediction. So Rani Gundicha's mandir, or their temple, year after year since ancient times, Lord Jagannath, as per his promise, has been visiting, because he considered Gundicha, the Queen Gundicha, as his mother. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the pinnacle in theism, the zenith his followers had understood Shri Chaitanya Manoabhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Swapadantikam. His followers like Rupa Goswami had understood the core of the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And these wonderful Vaishnavas in the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu opened the doors for Krishna Prema in the Vraj Rasa, Vrindavan Rasa, especially in that relationship one can develop in Madhurya Rasa, amorous love, conjugal love with Sri Krishna. And for that reason, Mahaprabhu said, paid servants are not good enough. We need to clean this temple and make it befitting for Nandanandan, Yashoda Nandan, Govindam Adi Purusham to come and reside in this temple, to reside within our hearts. So let us clean it again and again. Hundreds and hundreds of pots of water, hundreds and brooms, and hundreds of devotees assembled, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the leader himself, he went down on his hands and knees, and with his own cloth that he was wearing, he cleansed the temple of Gundicha. Cheto darpana marjanam bhava mahadava agni nirvapanam. Cheto darpanam. We have to cleanse the mirror of our consciousness, the dust that has gathered since time immemorial due to contact of material nature, tamogun, rajogun, satogun. Cheto darpanam arjanam. Make it fit. Remove all those anarthas that we have, that we carry, the illusions, the false hankerings, the offenses, the weakness of the heart. Then Govinda, Tumara Hriday Sada Govinda Vishram. So like that, the temple is cleansed. And the next day is the Rathiyatra. We explained in the previous lecture the different Rathas. Nandi Ghosh, the first Rath that comes out is the Rath of Lord Baldev, which is Taldhvaj. And the next one that comes out is of Devi Subhadra, Devdalan. And the last Rath that comes out is, that rolls out, is of Lord Jagannath, Nandi Ghosh. It's an amazing sight. And Lord Jagannath sometimes stops. Sometimes every few feet, and he refuses to move. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is this wonderful chapter 12, 13, 14 in the Madhya Leela about the Rathiyatra. How Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, once when the Lord's Rath stopped, Jagannath's Rath, and it would not move, they tried, thousands and thousands of devotees, they pulled, they prayed, they tugged, but the Rath would not move. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself went at the back of the Rath, and with his bald head, because he was a sannyasi, he pushed the Rath, and the Rath made the noise, thud, 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 and the wheels started cracking and moving. Lord Jagannath was waiting for Mahaprabhu to come, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to come, and his associates to come before the Rath would move. And the Rath would stop again, and the devotees would pull, and it would not move. It is said that Lord Jagannath, for those very, very desirous devotees who wanted to have a good darshan, he would stop for them, so they could have darshan to the satisfaction of their hearts. And then Lord Jagannath would roll again, and then again he would stop. He wanted to hear what the devotees are talking. He would attentively listen. Who is talking what? And by that, at some point in their lives, those devotees will be satisfied. And like that, there are hundreds and hundreds of different kathas relating to Lord Jagannath's mercy that he has shown towards devotees. About 1 kilometer away from the temple was the home of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, one of the acharyas in the Gaudiya Vaishnava line, and where Srila Prabhupada's Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Thakur, he was born there, and he was only a little infant when the Rathayatra happened. And right in front of the house, Lord Jagannath's chariot stopped, and it would not move. No matter how hard the devotees tried. The Pandavas on the Rath, they're banging their instruments in unison, in very wonderful chord, in rhythms, trying to inspire the devotees and the Rath and the Sarthi and Lord Jagannath. Please, it's getting dark. You have to reach Gundicha. Keep moving, my dear Lord. And sometimes the Lord would listen, sometimes the Lord would not. He is Swarat. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, very first line, Om Janmadi Yasya Yato Anvayad Itaratascha Artheshva Abhigya Swarat. He is fully independent. But he is at the same time dependent on his devotees. That is the kind of full independence he has, that he exercises his full independence, that his devotees can control him. That is also a great component of full independence, which very few people will understand. Bhaktivinoda Thakur came out and brought the little Bimla Prasad. Bhaktivinoda Thakur named Prabhupada's Guru as Bimla Prasad because he wanted a child that could help propagate Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement of pure love. So he prayed to Lord Jagannath when he was posted there as a district magistrate. He prayed to Lord Bimla Devi, the consort Lakshmi Devi, to give him a child that would understand his heart. And when that child appeared in Puri, Bhaktivinoda Thakur named him Bimla Prasad, the mercy or the Prasad of Bimla Devi, the consort of Lord Jagannath. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, the founder of ISKCON, writes a wonderful poem in English. And the first line, if I remember correctly, adore, adore ye all the happy day, sweeter than heaven, brighter than May, when he appeared in Puri, my Lord and Master, his divine grace. How could he have not stopped? In front of the two most foremost devotees, servitors of Radharani, Bhaktivinoda Thakur himself being Kamla Manjari, and Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Bimla Prasad, himself being Nayana Manjari. These Manjaris are the constant Parshads of Radharani, who serve Radha and Krishna in Golok Vrindavan and in Vrindavan in their most amorous and intimate pastimes. How could Krishna not stop in front of their door to have their vision or to wait for them so that they could come out? Bimla Prasad was placed at the lotus feet of Lord Jagannath on the Rath, and the huge garland of Lord Jagannath fell encircling him. And once Bimla Prasad, Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Bhagavati Devi, the mother of Bimla Prasad, got off the Rath rolled on again. So like this, the Rath is an amazing, even today, about 10 to 12 lakh devotees go there. It's an ocean of heads. The Shraddha, the faith that they have, it's unprecedented. It's unprecedented. Sometimes the Lord takes so much time at his own sweet will. He reaches the Gudiya temple late at night or next day early morning. The 3-kilometer Ratyatra can take almost 18 hours, 20 hours. That is Krishna. That is our Lord Jagannath. So like that, he reaches the Gudiya temple. Next morning, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's so happy, he's extremely happy to see this Leela and tasting the rasa or the mellows. And he then goes to take darshan in Gudiya temple every day. And with his associates, 5 days have elapsed in Vrindavan, in Gudiya Mandir, and the 5th day is called the Hera Panchami. Hera Panchami, the actual day just happened this Friday, this last Friday, 2 days ago. And also it happened to be one of the great associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Tirobhav Tithi, or the disappearance of Vakreshwar Pandit. Vakreshwar Pandit was from Orissa, and he was such an amazing dancer. During the Rath Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had formed teams. All that wonderful description is given in Chaitanya Charitamrita. How many kartal players, how many mridanga players, who would be the lead singer in Baldev Prabhu's Rath, who would be the lead singer at Subhadra Devi's Rath, who would be the lead singer at Lord Jagannath's Rath. Vakreshwar Pandit was one of them. And he chanted and sang like a Gandharva. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu loved his singing and dancing. Once in Navadvip, behind closed doors, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu every evening used to perform Sankirtan. Only a few associates were allowed inside. And one of them was Vakreshwar Pandit. It is mentioned that Vakreshwar Pandit, he conducted kirtan and dancing non-stop for 72 hours. Amazing personality. These were the associates from Golok Vrindavan that came along with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu about 500 years ago. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Daya Kori Saparshad Siyo Dham Saha Avtari Attant Durlabha Prema Kori Bare Dan Sikhaye Sharanagati Bhakatero Pran. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, out of compassion for the fallen souls, Jive Daya Kori, Swaparshad Siyo Dham, along with his associates and along with the Dham, he came. What did he do? Atanta Durlabha Prem Kori Bare Dan. The extreme rarest of the rare. Love for Godhead, love Krishna Prem, he gave freely, Dan. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates were very happy that now my Jagannath, my Krishna is in Gundicha. And now they always contemplated on those wonderful pastimes of Vrindavan that were not possible in the Jagannath temple, which is Dwarka. On Hera Panchami day, Lakshmi Devi or Bimla Devi, who is in Dwarka, in the Jagannath temple, it's 5 days since my husband left. She becomes worried. Where has my husband gone? He told me, I'm going for a change of environment for some days, and I will return very soon. It has been 5 days now, and he has not come back yet. Unable to tolerate this, she becomes very angry and gives orders to all her associates as though they were going out for a yuddha or a fight or a war with the enemy. She orders them, take up all your weapons. And then she becomes the commander-in-chief of her army and goes to attack her husband. She goes to Gundicha. Actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to taste this rasa, and especially this particular part, along with the other Rathayatra events of the Hera Panchami. So he went to Sundarachal with all his associates to Gundicha Mandir and took darshan of Lord Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra Devi. And in the Gundicha Mandir, wherever he went, he was chanting loudly, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It is said that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to only take darshan of Lord Jagannath because he is Krishna, Vrajendra Nandan, Shyam Sundar. He used to see on him in his Vraj Bhav, because he is in the Bhav of Radharani, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the peacock feather, the pitambar, the golden garments, the peacock feather on his crown, on Lord Jagannath's cloud. He would see a flute in his hands. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would get that vision and the beautiful lotus eyes. Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Visesha Shobham Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. The beautiful Lord Jagannath, whom he saw in Jagannath Krishna, who was more beautiful than a million cupids combined, more beautiful than a million Kamdev, and with all the attributes of Krishna, all the qualities, all the gunas, in how he dealt with the Vrajvasis, especially the gopis. Mahaprabhu's, it is said that he never took darshan personally of Baldev and Subhadra. Perhaps he glanced at them, nor did he glance at the Sudarshan Chakra, because Krishna never carries Sudarshan Chakra in Vrindavan. Krishna only carries his flute. The Shankha, Chakra, Gada and Padma are the four paraphernalia that Lord Dwarkadish carries in Dwarka. He's in the four-handed form. Mahaprabhu never prayed to Baldev or Subhadra in the temple. He saw them during the chariot festival, during the Rathiyatra, but otherwise, when he went to the Jagmohan, he only saw Lord Jagannath. This was so very wonderful and amazing. So like this, on Hera Panchami day, Lakshmi ji or Bimla Devi, and presently her representation, that is by the priest in the Jagannath Temple, she comes decorated with wonderful ornaments, gold, jewelry, opulent garments, and other paraphernalia. And it is said that Kashi Mishra, the Brahmin of King Prataprudra, had made special arrangements at the Simhadwar to seat Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates like Srivas Pandit. Srivas Pandit is none other than Naradji. Sri Sarup Damodar, who is none other than Lalita Sakhi in Vrindavan, and Sri Rai Ramananda, who is none other than Vishakha Sakhi in Vrindavan. But they have all appeared along with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Daya Kori Sa Parshad Siyo Dham Saha Utari. He came along with his Parshads and along with the Dham. He appeared. And soon after they were seated, Lakshmi Devi in her opulent form, she appears with all her associates, as if she was going to attack Lord Jagannath. First, she attacked the associates of Lord Jagannath, who are actually Mahaprabhu's associates, who are actually Vrajvasis in that bhav, like Shikhi Mahiti, Vakreshwar Pandit, and so on. They bound them, she ordered her soldiers to bind them up like prisoners. And then her associates punished them by striking them with whips made up of soft cloth. And they accused the Vrajvasis, they accused Mahaprabhu's associates. You all should admit your guilt, and you will pay for it. You have taken my husband. Where are you keeping him? Bring him here right now. So Lakshmi Devi chastises. And when Mahaprabhu saw this, Mahaprabhu was extremely happy to see this wonderful Leela and tasting this rasa of Dwarka rasa. of Lakshmi Devi, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that I have heard that Lakshmi Devi there is representing the chief of all the her incarnations in Dwarka. There are 16,108 queens in Dwarka. Krishna marries them, and the chief queens are like Rukmini, Satyabhama, Jamvati, etc. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, seeing this, is extremely happy, and he finds a humorous mood here. He's saying that I have heard that in Dwarka, Satyabhama used to exhibit man. Man means sulkiness. Like sometimes we find sulkiness when the wife is upset with the husband. Then she will not talk. She will say, don't come close to me. I don't want to see your face. You are a liar. You promised me, but you don't do this for me. You keep promising. And she gets upset. That is called man. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is thinking, actually Rupa Goswami has written some wonderful books. Lalit Madhav. It is about the Vrindavan Leela and the Dwarka Leela of Krishna. And it kind of explains the different moods and the rasas of the devotees in Dwarka and the devotees of Vrindavan. And Mahaprabhu is recollecting that when Satyabhama is expressing man, or when she is upset at Krishna, then she would remove all her golden ornaments. She would enter a dark private room and start lamenting, put on dirty garments, scratch the ground with her nails. She would even dishevel her hair. Just like, if you remember, Kaikai had expressed that man with King Dashrath. When she approached King Dashrath to fulfill her desire, the boons that King Dashrath had given, and when King Dashrath could not say anything after asking that Lord Ramachandra should be banished to the forest and Bharat should be given the kingdom, the Rajya, he should be crowned as the king of Ayodhya, and Ram should be sent to exile. And when King Dashrath could not respond out of shock, or prior to that, I take that back, she expressed the Man Leela even prior to asking the boons, so that King Dashrath would suddenly come to her and ask, what happened, my dear queen? Why are you so upset? And she would turn her face away in Man. And then that's how she asked the three boons. Anyways, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is expressing the same sentiment, thinking about how Satyabhama would behave in Dwarka, with her loose hair, with dirty clothes, with scratching the nails on the ground, putting on dirty garments, entering a dark private room, showing that she is extremely upset at Krishna. That is how Satyabhama is. And one of the mellows of Satyabhama, there is the leftist mood and the rightist mood of the consorts of Krishna. This is a very high level subject that cannot be explained in this particular section. The leftist mood is that of Bhamya Bhav, and the rightist mood is of the Dakshin Bhav. The devotees or the queens in the Dakshin Bhav are always subservient to Krishna, and they are very humble in nature. And they are not very possessive as such. And the bhav in them is that, Krishna, we are yours. Whatever you want, you do. But the bhav in the Bhamya bhav, or the leftist mood, is that Krishna, you are mine. There is a lot of possessiveness. And that is the mood in the Vrindavan gopis who are the servitors of Sri Radha. So Mahaprabhu said that Satya Bhama is a rightist mood person. How come? She is now becoming the commander-in-chief and expressing a leftist mood. That does not sound befitting somebody from Dwarka. So Mahaprabhu is laughing when he's seeing that Satyabhama or Bimla Devi, instead of being patiently waiting, she is expressing her very great possessiveness like the leftist gopis of Vrindavan. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is kind of seeing that, wow, do I see a little bit of Vrindavan in Dwarka right now? Sarup Damodar explains, who is Lalita Sakhi, one of the most intimate associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Puri, along with Rai Ramananda. Sarup Damodar says there are many kinds of man. The man of Dwarka is very different from the man that the gopis express in Vrindavan. So Mahaprabhu is asking Sarup Damodar right there during this Hera Panchami festival. Mahaprabhu is saying, this is particular verses in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. He's saying, Yadyapi Jagat Jagannatha Korena Dwarkaya Vihara Sahaja Prakoto Kare Parama Udara Tathapi Vatsara Madhye Hoye Ek Bara Vrindavan Dekhite Tandra Utkantha Apara. Meaning, although Lord Jagannath enjoys his pastimes in Dwarka, which is in the Jagannath Puri temple, and naturally he manifests his sublime liberality is still there because he's Swarat, he's completely independent. Still once a year, he becomes unlimitedly eager to Sri Vrindavan. He wants to go to Nilacha, from the Jagannath Puri temple, from Dwarka to Vrindavan to the Gundicha Mandir. Vrindavane dekhite tandra utkantha apar. Utkantha means very, very desirous, very eager to go to Gundicha, to Vrindavan. So one can sometimes ask questions that why does Krishna leave Vrindavan? If Vrindavan is so important to him, if the devotees of Vrindavan are so dear to Lord Jagannath, then why is it that Krishna leaves Vrindavan? So one of the short and sweet answers is that Krishna himself is Jagannath, the master and the Lord of whole creation, just not limited to Vrindavan. He has devotees everywhere. He has devotees in Dwarka, he has devotees in Mathura, he has devotees in Vaikuntha. So he has to satisfy those devotees also. So when Akrur came to Vrindavan from Mathura and gave the news that he's been invited in a wrestling match with Kansa, and his parents Devki and Vasudev are still in jail. Grandfather Surasen is also in the jail. So he felt an obligation, a duty to fulfill the desires of Mathura Vasis, especially his parents as Vasudev, as his parents Vasudev and Devki. As Vasudev, he was obligated to serve his parents. That's why he went there. And then they were all attracted to Vasudeva Krishna in Mathura. After killing Kamsa, releasing his parents, re-establishing them on the rightful throne of Mathura, Krishna and Balram stayed there, giving pleasure to the Mathura Vasis. But the father-in-law of Kamsa, Jarasandha, was extremely upset due to Krishna killing Kamsa, his son-in-law. So he attacked Mathura 18 times, and 18 times he was defeated. But because of the attack, because of the war, every time he came, there was fear instilled in the heart of the devotees in Mathura. So Krishna and Balram decided, I think our devotees are fearful. We should take, it is our duty to take their fear out. And that is why overnight, one day Krishna created a wonderful city in the ocean known as Dwarka. And all the residents of Mathura were transported there. And it was the desire of many wonderful maidens or girls to marry Krishna. So Krishna fulfilled their desires in Dwarka by marrying them. So he married 16,108 beautiful girls who then became the queens of Dwarka. And Jarasandh could not possibly come back to attack a city in the ocean. Krishna is always looking to protect his devotees. So that's why he created Dwarka. And then he lived a Grihastha life as a Kshatriya king with 16,108 wives, 16,108 palaces, amazing big palaces, amazing big city with beautiful gardens, beautiful facilities, beautiful amenities for all the Dwarkavasis, for all the devotees who lived there. So one question may still arise. That is good. He did that for the Mathura Vasis by overnight creating Dwarka in the ocean. Why can't he do that for the Vrajvasis? Why can't he? He only lived with the Vrajvasis 12, 13 years. 12 or 13 years, no more than that. But in Dwarka, he lived with the Dwarka Vasis for almost 113 years. Krishna performed his pastimes on this earthly planet for a total of 125 years. So is it fair? If Krishna loves Vrindavan so much and the Vrajvasis love Krishna so much, then why not give them association like he gives the Dwarka Vasis association? So this is a very deep secret. Why he did what he did. Why he did not build a city? It's because he says for Vrindavan to be, when he was in Golok, in the spiritual abode, the topmost planet in Vaikuntha. And when he desired the express, when the time came to perform his earthly leelas, he had to bring Golok Vrindavan or Vrindavan down also. So Radharani said, the only way I'm going to be with you is if when Vrindavan manifests fully. And what is that manifestation of Vrindavan fully? There are three requirements. One, there should be the Jamuna river. Two, there should be Govardhan hill. And three, there should be the manifestation of Krishna in his original form as a cowherd, not as some kingly personality, not as some prince. So Krishna agreed. And that's how Vrindavan is. So he could not manifest Govardhan or Jamuna, or he could not become a cowherd boy when he was in the stately order as a king in Mathura or in Dwarka. He could not carry the flute. He had to carry his Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, the lotus, the conch shell, the club, and the disc, the Sudarshan Chakra. So if he were to create another city for the Vrajvasis, it would become Rasa Abhas. There would be a contradiction in the mellows, in the rasa. And therefore Krishna could not do that for the Vrajvasis like he did for the Dwarkavasis. There were no conditions like what Radharani had for the Dwarkavasis. So like this, during this Hera Panchami festival, Mahaprabhu asked Sarup Damodar, his dearmost friend and secretary, again, who is none other than Lalita Sakhi, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. He says that, why did Krishna not take Lakshmi Devi with him to Sundarachal? What harm would have been there to take Lakshmi Devi to Gundicha Mandir? So Sarup Damodar says, Sarupa kahe Prabhu, Shuno Prabhu, Karana ihara, Vrindavana kridate, Lakshmir nahi adhikara. Sarupa kahe, Shuno Prabhu. Oh my dear Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please listen. Karana ihara. The reason is Vrindavana kridate Lakshmi nahi adhikara. In the pastimes of Vrindavan, Lakshmi Devi doesn't have that qualification, nahi adhikar. But Krishna takes Baldev, Subhadra Devi, his sister and his brother to Vrindavan, but does not take Lakshmi Devi. Baldev is Jagannath's brother, Krishna's brother. He grew up in Vrindavan. So obviously he is qualified. And Subhadra is his sister, who is none other than Yoga Maya in Vrindavan. Without Yoga Maya, none of the pastimes in Vrindavan are possible. Yoga Maya is the topmost adhikari, even beyond Radha and Krishna, it is said. For the pleasure of Radha and Krishna, Yog Maya makes different arrangements. And he took Balram and Subhadra Devi because brother and sister, they would go straight to mother and father's house, Nanda Baba and Yashoda Mai, all three of them. And they would be very happy in Gundicha, staying with mother and father in that bhav. And then Krishna, as you always did, he would make some excuse and leave Nanda Bhavan or Yashoda Bhavan or the fathers and mothers' house for a very another amazing reason, that is to meet the gopis for the amorous love. So brother and sister would stay back, and all the upavanas Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could see in the Tota. I think that's what it is called in Odia, Tota, gardens. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates would see the gopis of Vrindavan and Krishna, Nanda Nandan, Rajendra Nandan, sporting in their amorous love in the Madhuri Rasa. That is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to go every day. I don't know how many of you all have taken darshan in Puri. It's right in the city. It's a temple called Tota Gopinath. The temple of Gopinath in a garden where Lord Gopinath stays in a wonderful garden. And that place, that temple is called Tota Gopinath. And there Gadadhar Pandit stayed there and he read Srimad Bhagavatam every day. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to come, he used to listen to the Bhagavatam from Gadadhar Pandit. Gadadhar Pandit is part of the Pancha Tattva. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna. Nityananda Prabhu is Balram. Sri Advaita, Advaita Acharya is Mahavishnu and Sadashiva's combination, an avatar. Fourth, Gadadhar Pandit, which I'm talking about, is the direct incarnation of Radharani. A combination and the bhav of Satyabhama. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to visit and hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Gadadhar Pandit used to recite Bhagavat with teary eyes, not able to even see the words, but all the bhav was up there because personified Radharani is reading Bhagavat. Both the tears of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Satyabhama and Gadadhar Pandit drenched the Bhagavatam in Tota Gopinath. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left, wound up his pastimes, he entered into the body of Gopinath in Tota Gopinath, in Puri. Even today we see that there is a small crack in that DT. If you ask the Pujari, he will show you. And that's how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered into Gopinath. So that is the reason why he takes Baldev ji, Balbhadra ji, Subhadra Devi ji, but not Lakshmi Devi. Sarup kahe, suno Prabhu, Karana yar Vrindavana kridate, Lakshmi ra nahi adhikar. So, like this, Lakshmi Devi is not qualified to enter Vrindavan. There are 8 prominent queens in Dwarka, headed by Satyabhama and Rukmini, and 16,106 others as well, total 16,108. These 8 are very special, but none of them are qualified to go to Vrindavan. First, they have to take birth from the wombs of gopis in order to be qualified. Marry the gopas and then cheat their husbands and become Krishna's paramours. This is very high rasa. Jaya Jaya Ujjwala Rasa Sarva Rasa Sar Parkiya Bhave Jaha Vrajeta Prachar Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan Shri Govinda Gopinath Madana Mohan. They will have to give up their husbands and give up everything else. They will only be able to serve Krishna in Vrindavan if when they are able to take guidance under the gopis. Otherwise, such service is not possible. Lakshmi Devi or the queens of Dwarka cannot enter Vrindavan, even though she has performed severe austerities in Belvan. It is said in Vrindavan there is a Belvan. There is the famous fruit of Bel, and there is a forest across from the Jamuna. And Lakshmi Devi's temple is there, but it is outside of Vrindavan, across the Jamuna. And Lakshmi Devi is performing austerities there, wanting to come to Vrindavan, to enter Vrindavan. She wanted to cross the river Jamuna and see the Ras Leela and the Madhurya Ras, but she could not. Yogamaya or Subhadra Devi is greater than Lakshmi. There is no comparison. She can control everyone, including Krishna. When she saw Lakshmi's tapasya, austerities, she approached her and she said, Lakshmi Devi, you are a very chaste lady, Pativrata Nari, a Brahmani, married to Lord Narayana. Can you give up your husband? Is it possible? And marry somebody else or think of anybody else? Can you marry a Gopa in Vrindavan? Lakshmi replied, I cannot do that. How is it possible? I am Pativrata. My only husband is Narayana or Dwarkadish. Then Yogmaya said, can you make cow dung patties? Can you do such menial things? Can you milk the cows? Lakshmi Devi says, I have never done it before. She is so opulent in Vaikuntha, in Dwarka. Then Yogmaya says, you cannot go to Vrindavan because you are not qualified. First, you would have to take birth in the womb of the gopis, associate with the gopis, and try to follow them. You would have to marry the gopas like Durmukh, Durmada, Abhimanyu, Govardhan Malla. So these are all the different husbands. Radharani's husband is Abhimanyu. Govardhan Malla, I think, is the husband of Lalita Sakhi, etc. Will you be able to give up your Narayana and marry these gopas, the cowherds of Vrindavan? Lakshmi Devi says, no. She said, well, you have to give up your husband and then you would be able to go to Krishna and Vrindavan. This is the only process. So that is the secret why Lakshmi Devi is not allowed in the Gundicha. And he makes this wonderful excuse that I will be back in a few days. I'm taking my brother and sister. So Lakshmi Devi has full trust. There's no reason to mistrust him. She will not wonder, why has he gone away? Has he run away to Vrindavan? She will believe if Baldev and Subhadra are there, they will soon tell Krishna, we should now return back to Dwarka. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this way, during the Hera Panchami festival, is asking wonderful questions. Although he is Krishna, he likes to hear from the mouth of his devotees. He's asking, Ataiva Krishna ra prakate nahi kichu dosha, tahe ke na Lakshmi Devi kare eta rosha. Ataiva Krishna prakate, since there is no fault in the pastimes of Krishna, Krishna is perfect. God has to be perfect. Nahi kichu dosha. There are no faults in him. Tabe kena. Why is it that Lakshmi Devi, kore eta rosha, why does she become so angry on him? Oh Sarup Damodar, please explain this. So Sarup Damodar ji replies, this is all happening at the Simha Dwar in Jagannath Puri. Sarupa ko he prema vatira eti ta sabhava kantera udasya lesha hoy krodha bhava. Sarupa kahe prema vatira eti sabhava. This is the nature of love. When somebody gets afflicted by love, Kantere odasya leshe hoy krodha bhava. When the husband is ignoring, then immediately the wife gets angry. And that is why Lakshmi Devi is angry. Because of Krishna said, I will come back in a short time. And he doesn't come back. 5 days have already passed. So Lakshmi Devi is thinking, and she is extremely angry that my husband is ignoring me. He has not returned. He is not actually sick. And he told me he was pretending. Now he must be playing with the gopas and gopis there. And he must be very happy. This is the reason for her being angry. And Mahaprabhu says, I have never heard anything like this before. Lakshmi has come with her whole party as a commander-in-chief, as if to attack. Lakshmi began to beat Krishna's chariot when she reached Gundicha. Outside the Guadiya temple, all the 3 chariots are parked until the return Rathyatra. And Lakshmi starts beating Krishna's chariot. Nandi Ghosh. Ouch! Nandi Ghosh is feeling the pain. All our Vaishnavas, we have to remember that. That is why even when we go to Puri, and even if the Lord is not on the Rath, we have to make sure we offer our obeisances to the Rath. That is the seating place of the Lord. It's a Vaishnava, it's an asan, singhasan. It's a chariot, a moving singhasan. We should be very careful even with the ropes. Rope is Vasuki. It's also Vaishnava. Sometimes when we do Rath locally, I see before the Rath is ready to roll out, people are holding the rope, some are dropping them, some are standing on it with their shoes. These are big offenses. Huge offense. Those ropes, that Rath, every part of the Rath should be revered. It should be offered obeisances. It's not different from Lord Jagannath. And then, when Lakshmi Devi was beating the Rath, her associates were beating Nandi Ghosh. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's associate Srivas Acharya, who is an incarnation of Naradji, he started laughing. Srivasa hasiye kohe, shuno damodara, amara Lakshmi re dekha, sampati vistara. Srivas Acharya smiled and he said, and he told Sarup Damodar, my dear sir, please hear. Just see how opulent my goddess of fortune is. So this is amazing. Srivas Acharya, although being a very close associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and although being an associate in the Vraj Bhav, here he appears to be citing Lakshmi Devi, the Dwarka, the queen of Dwarka. And Narad Muni is an amazing expert to create such a situation where Krishna's leelas can be enhanced. Sometimes being on the side of Krishna, and sometimes being on the opposite side of Krishna. And only pure devotees can understand the bhav of Naradji, or here in this case, Hare Krishna. In this case, Srivas Acharya. Here he is directly citing Lakshmi Devi and says, look at the opulence of my Lakshmi. वृंदावन संपद देखा पुष्प की सलया गिरी धातु सिकी पिछा guna phala maya. As far as Vrindavan's opulence is concerned, it consists of a few flowers, a few twigs, some minerals from the hills, from the Govardhan, etc., a few peacock feathers, and a few plants known as the gunja. That is the opulence of Vrindavan. But look at my Lakshmi. Her opulence is so amazing. Eta sampada chhadi kena gela Vrindavana tanre hasya kori te Lakshmi korila sajana. Lakshmi worried. Why did my Lord Jagannath go away? Although there is so much opulence in Dwarka, Vrindavan has twigs, wild flowers, for ornaments, gunja mala, peacock feathers. So simple. There is no vaibhav. Ita sampati chhadi. With all this opulence, he has left me. He has left this Dwarka Dham for Vrindavan. Like that, Lakshmi Devi is expressing through Srivas Acharya the sentiments of Lakshmi Devi. And this is to make him a laughing stock. Tandre hasya korite. Such a rich king. And now he is going to Vrindavan, which is not so rich. He's making a laughing stock of himself. In her anger, Lakshmi Devi is talking like that of Jagannath. But then Swarup Damodar, however being Lalita Sakhi, however who is Lalita Sakhi in Krishna Leela, and in her mood, siding Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from his party, he said, in the mood of a Vrajvasi, Tomara Thakura dekha eta sampati chhadi patra phala phula lobhe gela pushpa bari. Tomara Thakur dekha. See, the maid servants of the goddesses of fortune said to the servants of Lord Jagannath, why did our Lord Jagannath abandon the great opulence of Dwarka and for the sake of few leaves, patra, phala, for the sake of few fruits, phula, flowers, lobhe gela pushpabadi. She went to the kunjas to see the garden of Radharani. This is Hera Panchami. And then like that they were fighting both sides. The Gundicha Vasis and the Dwarka Vasis. But then finally they all agreed. Shababritya Gana Kahe Yada Kori Hata Kaliyani Diva Tomare Age Jagannatha. Finally, all of Lord Jagannath's servants submitted to the goddess of fortune, Acha Baba Lakshmi Devi, with folded hands, assuring that they would bring Lord Jagannath back to Dwarka, to the temple. And then Swarup Damodar says, Swarup kahe, Srivasa suno, Saudhane, Vrindavana Shampada Tomar, Nahi Podo Mone. He's saying, Swarup Damodar, he said, hey, Srivas, you beware, attention, you have forgotten the transcendental opulence of Vrindavan. That is why you are talking like this on behalf of Lakshmi Devi. Of course, Naradji, Hari Bol. Vrindavan is Sahajika Jai Shampat Sindhu, Dwarka Vaikuntha Sampat, Tara Eka Bindu. And Swarup Damodar now explodes a big bomb. by saying this. The natural opulence of Vrindavan, Vrindavana Sahajika Jai Shampata, is just like an ocean, Sindhu. Dwarka Vaikunta Sampata Tara Ek Bindu. The opulence of Dwarka and Vaikunta is not even compared to the drop of Shri Vrindavan. Bolo Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Bolo Gundicha Mandir ki jai. So like this, the Hera Panchami festival was so nicely celebrated. And the different mellows of conjugal rasa expressed in Dwarka by Lakshmi Devi, and the conjugal rasa and the Vraj rasa expressed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates like Sarup Damodar and Rai Ramananda, etc. They expressed and represented Sri Vrindavan Dham, the mood of the Vrajvasis. So the first history of Lord Jagannath does not fully explain why Lord Jagannath wanted to appear in this form that we see. We are coming to that slowly and steadily. Lord Jagannath told King Indrajumna, there is a reason why I am there in this form, and you will understand that later, at a later time. So the Goswamis in the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explain this. Actually, there are two more histories. Sanatan Goswami Pad has included the first part of this history in the Brhad Bhagvad Amrita. And even in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said, Krishna anyo yadu sambhuto, Krishna anyo yadu sambhuto, yaha puna swastiyata paraha, vrindavana paritaja, swakachinaiva gacchati. The Krishna known as Yadu Kumar is Vasudev Krishna. Please try to pay very good attention here. The secrets are starting to pour out by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, by Srila Prabhupada's mercy. He is different from the Krishna who is the son of Nanda Maharaj. Yadu Kumar Krishna manifests his pastimes in the cities of Mathura and Dwarka. But Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, never at any time leaves Vrindavan. Vrindavanam parityaja sakwachin na eva gacchati. This is mentioned in the Antalila of the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Krishna actually took birth in Gokul. And most people will say, no, that is wrong. He appeared in Mathura. Yes, that is true. But it is not Nandanandan or Yashodanandan Krishna who appeared in the jail of Kamsa. Vasudev's son Vasudev Krishna appeared in the four-hand form with Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, and then by the request of Devki and Vasudev, he reduced himself into a little baby in the two-hand form. He manifested himself partially in Mathura and Dwarka. This is given in some of the very, very important scriptures, which a lot of people have not had an opportunity either to hear or read. In the Brhad Bhagavad Amrita, Even in Brhad Bhagavad Amrita of Sanatan Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad's Harivamsha, and even in the Srimad Bhagavatam, in a very secret way, they have mentioned the birth of Krishna. When Krishna appeared, Vasudev Krishna, the son of Vasudev, in the jail of Kansa, at the stroke of midnight, and the Rohini Nakshatra, on the 8th day, by Yogamaya's spell, all the people were put to sleep, including all the gatekeepers, and the doors of Kansa's jail started opening one after another. Vasudev and Devaki were shackled in iron chains, and those chains were automatically broken or released. And Vasudev and Devaki saw this wonderful four-handed form of Lord Narayana. And then Devaki, feeling the motherly love, said, please, if Kamsa gets the news, he's immediately going to come and try to kill you. Please, make yourself small. And when the gates were opened, Vasudev immediately picked up that baby and went outside to the Jamuna. There was torrential rains. And immediately, as soon as Vasudev entered the main streets, a huge Seshnag came and protected like an umbrella over little baby Krishna and father Vasudev. That is none other than Baldevji as Ananta Sesha, serving both father and brother. And Vasudevji is inspired from within the heart to take this baby boy that was recently born to him to Gokul. Jamuna ji is full of waves because of the torrential rains. And she is full of, as if there is a huge storm. Vasudev enters Jamuna Devi, and almost to his neck the waters are going. But he doesn't drown, neither those waves drown the little basket that is being carried on Vasudev's head. The Acharyas have commented, why is she behaving like this? Why doesn't she just open up a nice calm path so that Vasudev can cross over? She is excited. She is one of the 4 consorts of Krishna. Just like Radharani, Yamuna Devi is also one of the consorts. She's excited and she wants to touch the lotus feet of Krishna that is sticking out of the basket. And that is why her waves are going up and trying to touch his lotus feet. But she wanted to make sure that her father-in-law Vasudev would not drown or not be inconvenienced. So she playfully sported with that little Krishna, trying to touch the husband's lotus feet. When he reaches Gokul, Vasudev, under the spell of Maya, all of Gokul is sleeping. The doors of Nanda Bhavan are open, and Vasudev goes inside, and somehow or the other he is guided into the inner chambers where my mother Yashoda had also given birth. It was dark in that room, and Mother Yashoda, just at the same time when Vasudev Krishna was born in the jail of Kansa, had given birth to 2. To one Krishna known as Yashodanandan Krishna, the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami, that the Vedas sing of, and a sister, Yogamaya. Both were twins simultaneously born. Ma Yashoda was in a deep slumber. When Vasudev comes in, nobody wakes up. And by Yogamaya's spell, Vasudev could only see the baby girl. He puts Vasudev Krishna, the one that was born in Kansa's jail, on one side of the bed and picks up the baby girl, not realizing that the Vasudev Krishna that he had just brought had merged into Yashoda Nandan Krishna. They had become one. These are some of the secrets. Most of us in Hindu families in the Sanatana Dharma have not even heard of this. This is what Gaudiya Vaishnavism is. These are the acharyas who are the direct servitors of Sri Radha in Vraj, in Golok Vrindavan, in the spiritual sky as well as here. So like this, Vasudeva Krishna merges into Nandanandan Krishna. Krishna grows up a little bit and performs all his wonderful pastimes till the age of 12 in Vrindavan. And then one day Akrur comes and tells Krishna and Balram, Kamsa wants to kill your father and mother, Vasudeva and Devaki. So Krishna says, my father is Nanda Baba and my mother is Yashoda Mai. But Vasudeva and Devaki are my father's friends. So I should go and save them. And that is why he goes immediately with Akrur to Sri Mathura Dham, kills Kamsa and thrones his grandfather Ugrasen as the king. And after some time, the city of Dwarka is built as explained earlier. So, in Sanatana Goswami's treatise known as the Brhad Bhagavata, Sanatana Goswami mentions this wonderful pastime that is connected to Lord Jagannath's form. In the palace of Rukmini, remember Krishna married 16,108 wives, 16,108 beautiful palaces were present in Dwarka, very opulent. So all the queens sometimes used to assemble in the chief queen's palace, Rukmini Rani, Rukmini queen. And at that time, Naradji also appeared. And Naradji saw that, look, it looks like there is a big festival taking place in the palace of Rukmini Devi. All the 16,108 queens were present. Rukmini ji, Satyabhama ji, Jamvati ji, Bhadra ji, Mitravinda ji, Nagna Jite, all these chief queens of Krishna and other Dwarkavasis were also there. And Naradji approached Rukmini Devi with folded hands. And Satyabhama ji, he folded his hands, and to all the queens, he said, ha ha, Narayan, Narayan. You are very fortunate, O queens, that you are serving Krishna personally. You are the best servants of Krishna. You are his queens. You are the most glorious in the entire world, in the entire creation. I pay my respects to you. Just see how Naradji is. Naradji sometimes comes and speaks certain things in such a way or acts in such a way that may seem very contrary or seem very naughty. It may be so, but it is of the highest transcendental purpose. We should never forget that. In our childhood, we used to see some movies, devotional movies, or even some Hindi films in Bollywood. They used to depict one particular character, especially Jeevan, that was his name, an actor, and he played the role of Naradji. And everybody used to make fun. And even today, those people who don't have the proper understanding, they make fun of Naradji. It's a huge offense. Naradji is a great personality. There is no devotee who is as privileged as Naradji. He can enter into any of Krishna's pastimes without any permission, whether in Vaikuntha or in Goloka or in Vrindavan, wherever. Naradji is the guru of Vyasdev, the compiler of all the Vedas. The Pandits, the Brahmins read the Vedas, but sometimes they speak ill of Naradji. Little do they know that all these Vedas are none other than the mercy of Naradji on Vyasdev. Especially the cream of the Vedas, Srimad Bhagavatam. Naradji spent a lot of time in Badrik Ashram with his disciple Vyasdev, guiding him to give pure bhakti, which emanated in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam, we should be thankful to Naradji, because he is the one who caused Vyasdev to compile Srimad Bhagavatam. Naradji is the cause. In one sense, he is the guru. He is the guru of Valmiki, who is the cause of the great epic Ramayana. If there was no Valmiki, the dacoit Ratnakar, had he not found Naradji and not taken shelter and not surrendered to Naradji, how would he have got the vision of the Ramayana? Naradji is the great guru of Prahlad Maharaj. He is the great guru of Dhruv Maharaj. So definitely he came here, although it sounded extremely very naughty, when he kind of, with a little humor and sarcasm, he tells that you queens of Dwarka are the best in the world, and I offer my Danvat Pranams. But what he was trying to tell them, that there are other devotees who Krishna loves way more than you queens. What Naradji was really conveying to the queens was, Krishna doesn't really love you. You may be loving him, but Krishna doesn't love you. The queens of Dwarka, in a soft, choked voice, lamenting, says, you're glorifying us, Naradji, but we are well aware that we are not been able to make Krishna happy. Since the time he has married us, our love cannot control him. There are so many of us, and we are very beautiful and qualified in all kinds of arts, musical arts, culinary arts, so many different arts, but we still cannot satisfy him. Every night we hear Krishna in his sleep crying out, "Oh Radhika, hey Radhe, hey Radhe, where are you?" Sometimes you would weep, cry piteously, and call out, "Yashoda Maiya, Yashoda Maiya, Nanda Baba, where are you? I want to eat makhan, I want to eat misri, I want to sit on your lap, Maiya. I want to feed on your breast milk. Oh Maiya, where are you?" Krishna used to cry. Sometimes he would call his sakhas, his friends. Oh Sridham, oh Subal, hey Madhumangal, hey Kokila, hey Bringa, hey Stoka Krishna, hey Vishalaksha, where are you? Come on, come on. I cannot maintain my life without you. Like this, Krishna used to cry at night in Dwarka. Come on, now it's time for cow herding. I don't see you all here. And sometimes he would even call out to his cows while crying. He would call them out by the names. Hey Shamli, hey Dholi, hey Mridangi, hey Yamune, hey Gange, hey Pishangi, hey Mridangamukhi, where are you? Like this, he would weep at night in his sleep with tears. His bed, his pillows would get wet. And all the queens said, yes, yes. Even when he's sleeping with me, I have experienced the same thing. He's always like this. He never sees me. He never sees us. He never calls out my name. Rukmini just said, he never says Rukmini, Rukmini in his sleep. Jambati says he never calls my name out. Mitravinda says he never calls my name out. We are just here, oh Naradji. We're trying to please him, but it seems that he's not pleased with us. Actually, we are very sad. We are not so near and dear to him. If we are so near and dear to him, why does he not call out our names? Instead, he calls out Radhe and all the names of all these Rajwasis. He calls out the names of his cows even. What is so special about Vrindavan? You should know the answer, Naradji. Please tell us. And all the queens said, please, please, Naradji, we beg you, tell us what is so special about Vrindavan. So Naradji says, oh, you want to know about Vrindavan? You know the best person in Dwarka that can tell you about Vrindavan is none other than your mother-in-law, Rohini. Why don't you call her? She was in Vrindavan. She stayed. She is the second wife of Vasudev. Vasudev and Devki were jailed. But Rohini was sent under the protection of Nanda Maharaj in Vrindavan and she stayed there. Balram also was born there. She has seen everything from birth, right up to when Akrur came and took Krishna Balram to Mathura. I think she is the best person that I recommend to hear the glories of Vrindavan. So like that, they request. They sent a few queens and some maid servants to request Mother Rohini to come to the palace where all the queens are assembled and a lot of other Dwarkavasis to hear directly from her as recommended by Naradji. So I think I will stop here. Next Sunday, we will continue this wonderful secret that is constantly going to be revealed about Lord Jagannath's form. It is very much connected to this Brhad Bhagvad Amrita Katha of this pastime in Dwarka Dham. I will continue from the point when Rohini Mata starts talking about Vrindavan, and then what happens after that. We shall continue next time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Vancha kalpatarobhyascha kripa sindhubheva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jagannath Swami Nayana Pathagami Bhavatu me. Nayana Pathagami Bhavatu me. Nayana Pathagami Bhavatu me. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya Acharya Guru Var ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavanda ki jai. जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा देवी की जय, नीलाचल धाम की जय, श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय, श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय, श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय. हरे कृष्णा. So I will now ask Anup Prabhu to go ahead and conclude this program, please. Go ahead, Anup Prabhu.
Thank you, Satchitananda Prabhuji, for another nice lecture.